the speaker had to go off to the majority leader to vote. But we had another constructive meeting. What I proposed is that I would work my staff and Commissioner Zelli, Commissioner Dunnock would work with, consult with Senator Dibble and Representative Kelly over the weekend, put together a compromise transportation proposal that I'd present on Monday. It would be a true compromise involving things that the House doesn't like and involving things the Senate doesn't like. I think it's reachable, the $600 million per year for each of the next 10 years in real money that's going to really accomplish what people of Minnesota want and deserve, which is improved transportation all over the state, and also include a transit piece for the metropolitan area. So everybody was agreeable to that approach. And come back on Monday morning after catching lots of fish over the weekend and make that presentation then. And we agreed, since we agreed before that transportation had to get done before the rest of the target setting and proceeding on the other bills, we left those until next week. Senator, do you want to?
Well, I appreciate the governor's leadership on this. The speaker made it clear last time we met earlier this week that he wanted to resolve transportation first. The governor is showing great leadership in trying to bring the two sides together. I can tell you the Senate was very, very disappointed. We made a serious offer and a serious move last Friday on transportation. And when the House responded this week, they basically repackaged their original transportation bill. And we were very disappointed by that. So it just seems like the conference committee, as long as we continue to get from the House what we consider to be a non-offer, this repackage of their original bill, that we're just not making any headway in the conference committee. So I really appreciate the governor's leadership, and Monday looking forward to a proposal that will advance the ball that we then could hopefully hand off to the conference committee for them to refine.
I would just only echo what the governor and majority leader have said. I think we're going to work hard throughout the weekend, or at least I know that the commissioner and the chair will work hard through the weekend, and Chair Kelly and I have committed to being available to them at any point in time if they need to pull us in to develop some ideas or respond to some ideas that they're developing. Look forward to seeing what Monday brings and getting to work as a conference committee on some real compromise proposal. As the majority leader said, our intention was not to even accept what had been put on the table yesterday as an offer, because it seemed more like a political document and not an actual offer. So this perhaps provides a little bit of a breakthrough. We'll work hard through the weekend, and hopefully we'll be able to get to work hard on Monday. I have the gavel, so I'll pull the conference committee forward as soon as we've got something really to work with that's substantive in the way of compromise, and hopefully get this wrapped up so that we can get to the supplemental bill, the bonding bill, and the tax bill.
Questions?
This isn't the first delay that's happened with this transportation negotiation. How optimistic are you that Monday you were actually going to see a compromise get offered versus more difficulties, more delays, and things being put off even further?
Well, the clock is ticking. Monday is 1 week from the constitutional deadline, so we'll have something definite on Monday morning to present, and it'll be made public, and people can look at it. I can't say what the leadership in the House or the Senate are going to decide. I can't say what the conferees are going to decide or say about it, but it'll be a serious, definite proposal that'll meet the standard that I've said before, which would be sufficient money to make the improvements necessary to give Minnesota better transportation over the next decade and beyond. And it's going to be real money, and it's going to be very reliable and continuing over the next decade. So it'll be a solid proposal. And again, I look at the two positions now. You realize that there's enough there between them to accomplish that. It probably is going to have to involve elements that each side is not willing to accept at this point, but that's the nature of a compromise. You agree two things you don't agree with.
Governor, on that point, they've been fairly clear that they won't even entertain a gas tax. Will your proposal?
I'm not going to prejudge what's going to be in the proposal. I'm not going to get into that. We'll come forward on Monday.
So you're not ruling out having a gas tax?
I'm not ruling anything in or out. I'm not going to get into the details until we had a chance to work on it over the weekend.
Anything else?
Did you touch
On any of the other topics that are still outstanding? I mean, you guys have been fairly vocal about the bonding bill and the fact that there hasn't been an alternative to pour
We
through.
strongly urge the speaker again to come forward with his $600 million bonding bill so everybody can see what it is, see what it isn't, and use that as a starting point for proceeding. I don't know if you want to elaborate.
Well, the Speaker and I did touch on some of the other legislation that's moving. I indicated to him that the Senate passed Real ID today and sent it over to him. We have sent them the state contracts and asked them to act on them. Today we sent them the presidential primary bill. So we're looking forward to the House moving on. Those are three pretty important pieces of legislation, I think, that we'd like to get enacted this year. So I asked them to get to work on those Senate files that we've sent over.
I just want to emphasize again that the Speaker and the Majority Leader, House Majority Leader, had to go over to preside over their session. So this is not an indication that we're proceeding we're proceeding separately. My goal is to present something on Monday that's going to bring people together. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.